My conscious contact really didn't start until about 4 years ago. I only woke up 5 years ago. And I now know that I had to complete the first part of my mission as a leader at Whole Foods before my memories turned on. And I had had recurring dreams, one recurring dream as a child around the age of 4 and 5, which is pretty consistent with a lot of contactees, starseeds, who had childhood experiences. And that dream was burned in the back of my mind forever, but I never, connected the dots on what was that dream and why was it happening. So as I started to wake up about 4 years ago, I started having extraordinary, experiences and synchronicities that started to help me understand that something different was going on with me. And then I started receiving conscious contact from what I now know to be my star family, ET beings with whom I've had other life experiences. And actually last year, I went through a regression with Barbara Lamb, another regression that helped me understand what that childhood dream was, and helped me understand that was not a dream. That was a screen memory for lots of contact that was occurring back then. And like Geraldine, it all makes sense now, because I progressed as a leader at Whole Foods in a really fast way at a young age without a college degree. And looking back now, I recognize that I was employing, a lot of these, interdimensional type of abilities. I had, clairvoyance and claircognizance and clairsentience that I was just utilizing in these ways that were not totally conscious for me back then. But as the progression of my awakening, quickened, it became clear, oh, I see what's going on now. I had this programmed into me, when I came to Earth, that I could accomplish that mission. And so it's been, a really interesting, wild, extraordinary journey of awakening those memories. It's like a time release, like medicine, where it's like those memories and the consciousness unlocks on this like time release schedule. And that's what's been happening. So it's been, just this incredible experience of remembering who I am. I think it's also worth noting that because of the last yuga that we're coming out of here on Earth, humanity has experienced a more extreme experience of polarization, and there's been a proliferation of negativity on the planet, evil on the planet. And we're working to rebalance from that. So while, duality and, the good, the bad, the light, the dark is a thing in our universe, we want to find balance, right? And we've talked a lot about the neutrality point and how we understand these, larger cycles can also help us in that, I think. The cycle of, birth and death is a natural part of our existence, right? And so, we will always be going through cycles of destruction and entering into darkness, and we'll then be going through cycles of coming out of that darkness and experiencing, a higher, more expanded state of being. So, no matter where we're at individually or, what we're choosing to serve, that cycle is true for all of us. It's just a matter of understanding, how we move through that cycle and how we utilize those times in the darkness for our creative potential. There's so much work we do in shamanic practice around, the womb space and womb clearing, and really understanding, the womb as that place of darkness and that place of pure potentiality, and understanding the womb of creation, and even how, we've got a lot of women here tonight, how we as, feminine beings, give birth to all of life, right? Like we hold an immense amount of power because of that dark space within us that is that pure potentiality. Men have connection to it too, of course. And so, it's not about the human body, but it's about understanding that process of creation and how we can work with it in a way that allows us to experience more of the light on this planet, right? Because, we'll always experience some of that darkness, and like, everyone I think here has said, it's nothing to be afraid of inherently, right? It's nothing to demonize in and of itself. It's just about understanding how that can be utilized for finding the gifts that are available to our souls, how we can utilize that time in the darkness to nurture and gestate the seeds of creation. And so there's a real power in understanding the darkness and understanding how to work with that darkness. And Neil, I want to just point out too, while we're here, you have an all-women panel for the most part. Alan was with us at the beginning, and I'm talking about the rise of the divine feminine at the conference. And I think, part of us coming out of this period of darkness, or, some larger periods of negativity on the planet, is about understanding the feminine power of creation and how darkness plays into that. And so I think it's really cool, one, that you've been bringing more of that divine feminine energy into your work and into how Portal to Ascension is evolving. And I think tonight's panel is just a cool example of that too.
We'll comment on that before we get to Jenna. In the Starseed news that we spoke about at the beginning, when NBC was talking about the Starseeds here to awaken the planet and help humanity, help humanity transform and be enlightened. That to me showed the splitting of the worlds, because the answer of one of the hosts was, "Well, look at the planet right now. I don't see that happening, right?" But little does he know that we have communities, we have all these individuals that get together, we have people living their best lives and being the beacons of light, and we have entire communities and villages that have been created off the grid around the world that are living this. So people are doing this right now, and that was just a mirror reflection to me of like, yes, they just don't realize it. They're not in that world. We're in two separate worlds, right? Jenna, how about you?
I love all this, first off, and I agree with everything that has been said so far. And, while we are, experiencing different versions of reality for ourselves individually, we're also living in this collective reality, and the collective has to evolve as a collective, right? Like, that is important for the evolution of Earth and humanity. And so, I think there's something around, the point where humanity moves through the darkness. Like, once, and this maybe is a segue to one of your questions, Neil, once we've moved through a significant amount of that shadow work as a collective, then actual big open contact will occur, because it is happening, right, for different humans in different ways. It's been happening, for thousands of years for different humans in different ways. But we are at the precipice, right, of entering the galactic community, and that's why we're here, to help prepare humans for that. And humans need to wake the F up, pardon my language, like that. That's why we're here. So there is going to be a point, I think, where it has to happen, whether we're ready or not. And so we're getting really close, and I think we are going to experience something really extraordinary in our lifetimes, and I think it's just a really awesome outcome of all of this work we're already doing, and all of the starseeds and humans that are turning on their memories, moving through the darkness one by one by one, and that's just creating this ripple effect. And once that ripple effect broadens as far as it can across the globe, I think we're gonna have that moment of reckoning, right? Like, 'cause we haven't truly had that moment of reckoning on the planet yet, and it's coming, because we're moving into an era where it has to happen.
The trailer right now, and you can kind of see some of the amazing individuals that will be joining us. So here we go. After 3 years of having to produce the Portal to Ascension conference online, we have been waiting for this moment.
The Portal to Ascension Conference is returning live and in person. Join us at the Marina Village in San Diego, California, April 21st to 23rd, 2023. As massive shifts are happening on the planet and hidden truths are being uncovered, we are piecing together the fragmented parts of our existence and timeline. At Portal to Ascension, we are dedicated to full circle awareness of the truth of who we are and remembrance of our connection to the cosmos. This is showtime. There is no holding back. Now is the time for us to harmonize the frequencies and create unity and peace on Earth. We are deprogramming from an outdated matrix system, re-educating and remembering an inherent truth that connects us all. As we come together, we activate our truest potentials, individual gifts, and collective resolve. We are ushering a whole new reality that we know is possible and is waiting for us to embrace it. Join founder Neil Gore and the entire Portal to Ascension team with hosts Alan Steinfeld, Michelle Anderson, and Joan of Angels over these 3 days, April 21st to 23rd, 2023. We will experience musical performances by Larissa Stowe and the Shakti Tribe, Vox Angeles, Share the Light, Admiral Apollo, and Torquemji. This conference features incredible luminaries such as JJ and Desiree Hurtak, Adam Apollo, Carolyn Corey, Robert Schock, Linda Moulton Howe, Robert Edward Grant, Barbara Lamb, and many more. Register now at ascensionconference.com. It is time for humanity to awaken.